I'm starting out with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Espresso, and I am just starting out by making the outline of my brows, and they do look pink because I had done another makeup look, and then I wiped off my makeup. Didn't do a thorough cleanse, but you know, just wiped it off quick. So basically, I just do the outline of my brow shape, and then I fill them in with the same pencil. Then after the brows are filled in, I just go back in and see any spots that I think need some extra detailing and fix it up, and then I always use the spoolie side and blend it out, swoop them up a little bit. Then I go in with the Salon Perfect shadows. I use the lighter brown shade in the inner corners, and then I use the darker shade in the middle and outer corners, and then I just kind of blend those together so it's like an ombre effect. Now normally I use some type of concealer to clean up my brows, but today I decided to just use the foundation shade that I start off with to clean up, and it does make it a little bit easier when you do it with the foundation shade, because when you're doing the top like this, usually when you do it with the concealer it's lighter, so if you do it with the foundation shade you don't have to go back over and correct the color. So for foundation, I'm using my Ben Nye Essential palette. I do use a lighter shade the first time around, and then later on I do go in with a darker shade. But I'm just using an oval brush and going all over with a light shade from this palette. Using my custom ColourPop palette, I'm starting off with a yellow shade called Tiki, and this is going to be like my transition shade for my smoky eye. So this color right here is called Oh Ship, and this is the more vibrant color that is going to be before the dark shade. Also kind of a transition-y color, but this one I want to be more vibrant. And I just pack it on first so it's more pigmented before I blend it out, just so I can get a darker shade of the color. Then I'm going in with Obsidian, I don't know, but it is from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, and same thing, I just kind of pack this shade on first and then I blend it out afterwards. Then after I cleaned up underneath my eyes from the fallout, I did go in with a darker shade combination from the Ben Nye palette like I said earlier I would do, and I'm just going all over the face with that shade. Then for concealer, I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape, and I put that all over the face in my usual technique. And then I just buff that out, blend it out with a beauty sponge. I don't think it's a Real Technique one, I think it's a knockoff one, but that is what I blended out with. And then to set the face, I'm just using the Coty Airspun Loose Powder and Translucent. Back in with the Obsidian, I think is the name. I don't remember the name, or I don't actually know how to pronounce it. Obsidian, I think. But I'm just going under the eye first with the basic flat brush, and then I'm blending it out. Instead of doing a full contour, I'm just doing a bronzer or bronze tour, Basically, I'm just contouring with bronzer, and I decided to go in with the Tarte Park Ave Princess for this look today. I decided just to do mascara and no false lashes for this look since I'm doing an effect, and then I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit in the shade Purple Horseshoe. To make a little bit more of a pop effect with the highlight, I do go in with this brush. It's a little bit more dense and gets a little bit more product on. And so I decided to go back over my nose with this one because it really just makes it pop. And as you can see, I was feeling this highlight. Feeling it. Oh yeah. I don't even know. Okay, going in with the O Ship shade, I am doing a pointed nose, kind of like almost like an animal look, but it's just to give a little effect in that area. And then I'm doing the pink from the NYX Cosmetics Ultimate palette and basically just smudging it all over the lip area. This look was a recreation. I don't remember the creator's name, but I will have it in the description of this video, as well as when I post the image of this look onto my Instagram. I will have probably the original look right next to it. However, it's going to be like a when you get something, when you order something on the internet versus when it arrives. And mine is going to be the arrived version because it did not really turn out nowhere near as good as hers. I think if I would have left it like I am right now with just the concealer, it would have looked better. Basically, when I start adding the shadows to it, even that isn't as bad. I go in with the dark Obsidian shadow, and then I go in the middle over the concealer with the pink from the NYX Cosmetics. However, I just keep adding more product to it. The shape wasn't coming out at all like I was envisioning, like I was wanting it to. It was a lot thicker. And it ended up, instead of looking like a trident or a devil staff, whatever you want to call it, it looks like sporks. So just know that instead of being your trident, fear thy trident, it's fear thy spork, okay? I honestly think it looks okay, but it's nowhere near like what I had wanted it to look like. But I still put in quite a bit of work into it, and it did turn out okay. So that's why I'm still uploading it, and why it's still part of the 31 Days of Halloween. After using the black liner, I go in with white liner just to make the pink pop a little bit more, give it kind of a neon effect. Then for the lips, I used the shade Nightwalker from the NYX Strictly Vinyl collection. I didn't realize because I was looking down that you couldn't see me applying the lip color, so I pretty much cut out the whole lip process. But this is a type of color that, like, the more you add, the darker it gets. So wherever you add it to, it looks darker. And then I do go into the outer corners and do almost like a Joker-esque flick of the lip. But as you can see, I did it darker in the outer corners and lighter in the middle. And then about this time is when I realized that it wasn't really coming out exactly like I wanted it to, so I thought I should add more eyeliner. But alas, this is the finished look. I hope you guys still enjoyed it. Like I said, it's not the worst look. I actually think it looks okay. It just didn't look as good as the original, and it didn't look quite as creepy as I wanted to too. But if you still liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you stick around for more videos. Bye!